Warning: Channel Robozoid contains adult language, adult content, strong opinions, and verbal brutality. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, it is I, the Robozoid, your semi-likable and occasionally tolerable, and still on this Blues Day Tuesday, dressed in blue, although I probably should be wearing red, because this is a great victory for the red. But you're going to see in this video that I'm going to play that, well, obviously Maria Bartiromo is wearing all red because, yeah, it seems that a few blue seats in Congress have actually flipped red. Democrat seats flipped Republican, at least 5 of them each, in each state, whether they be Florida or whether they be Virginia, all because of the outcome of what the Democrats have been trying to do with their made-up stories about gerrymandering the election, rigging the election in the Republicans' favor, and basically using playing the whole race card with their silly little maps of all these red or blue districts of the states, like that I have mentioned. Both Virginia and Florida. And, well, speaking of all dressed up in red, well, I'm going to show you this footage here right now of Maria Bartiromo, ooh, I like her, along with Texas Governor Greg Abbott, you know, the one that, of course, jazz hands crock of shit called Hot Wheels, just because she was making fun of his handicap, all in this one little video piece right here, which I'm going to show you now. Take a look.
For decades, the Democrats have been using racial discrimination to draw these crazily drawn lines to try to protect Democrats. And now those crazy jigsaw puzzle lines have been using to protect members of the Democrat caucus in Congress can no longer be used. And here's the practical effect of what's going to happen. Because we are going to eliminate using race to draw these congressional lines, it means that, especially in these southern states, we're going to add maybe a dozen more Republicans to the United States Congress. Texas is going to add 5 Republican seats. Florida's going to add 4 Republican seats. There'll be many more in other southern states. And we will finally make those districts look a whole lot more compact. It's time for the Democrats to stop being such hypocrites and finally have everybody across the country to stop using race as a reason to draw congressional
Democrat lines. Hypocrite, they sound alike.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott with Maria on Sunday discussing his state's redistricting efforts while the nationwide debate ramps up.
God, I love
the new
Maria
Texas
Bartiromo.
map officially passing just last week after the Supreme Court overturned a previous ruling blocking it from being implemented. The decision could add as many as 5 House Republican seats ahead of the midterm.
Why did the Democrats never learn this lesson? Why do racist Confederate Democrats never seem to learn the lesson that you just can't draw these racist maps and basically paint one particular area of the state racist just because they don't support your crazy ideals? Why did the left never learn this? But, of course, nevertheless, you got morons like Ketanji Brown Jackson, or Ketanji Brown Jackson? Oh. Whatever. In any case, she does what she does best. And what that is basically just boohoo whining and crying about how it's so unfair. It's just so unfair that this is obviously Republican gerrymandering and we deserve better, we demand a recount, blah, 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 and all the bullshit that most people are really sick and tired of hearing. But nevertheless, here is Ketanji Brown Jackoff.
Alongside a fast lane to victory for others. Third and finally, I am very troubled by the institutional costs that the Supreme Court's current...
I'm troubled you're on the Supreme Court, for as stupid as you are.
In terms of its relationships with the lower courts and the American people. They are substantial. To start, having a docket that allows the court to routinely interfere with lower court cases while they are in progress.
What the fuck she's talking about?
The lower court's authority and withholds the deference appellate courts have traditionally provided regarding fact-bound matters that are within a trial court's expertise. In addition, the court is withholding its own work product by issuing summary orders, further undermining the public's confidence in our judicial colleagues.
She's still bitching.
That overturns a lower court's contrary conclusion suggests that the judgment call was so easy that no deliberation or explanation is required. And that suggestion casts aspersions on the tedious work that our colleagues have done to carefully parse the evidence, weigh the various factors, and exercise their considerable equitable discretion.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
I have no idea what the hell she was talking about. I don't know. I was asleep for most of it. But apparently that's why you have Ketanji Brown Jackass bitching and whining, boohoo whining and crying about the SCOTUS decision to basically stop the gerrymandering in favor of the left and to knock it off with these ridiculous red and blue district maps that obviously clearly are all red, not because of any kind of gerrymandering on the part of the Republicans, but really because that's the way people are voting now. They're tired of the Democrats dictating every little single piddly move to them. Everything they do, everything they're allowed to do, everything they're allowed to say, everything they're allowed to eat. I mean, we saw that already earlier today with, what's her name, the blue-haired goon, as you'll remember, Rosa DeLuser. We already saw that with her. I mean, in the dictating and criticizing the morality of what we eat or what we drink. I mean, Jesus. Is it any wonder the Democrats are losing their minds? I would say that Ketanji Brown Jackass was losing her mind, but nope. You can't lose what you never had. And she never had a mind. Do keep in mind, of course, that, well, this woman obviously never could define the difference between what a woman actually is and what a man is. She couldn't even identify what a woman was when she was confirmed. Do you remember?
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So you
I'm not a
believe the
biologist.
meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I
believe that illustrates how incredibly stupid she is.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Yeah, she couldn't even define what a woman is, despite being one herself. I think. But yeah, that's why she's boohoo whining and crying, pissing and moaning about the SCOTUS decision to basically overturn the gerrymandering. And, well, I guess this goes back to what we had already discussed last week. And I don't want to discuss it any further because, quite frankly, I find it rather boring, just like I find everything else that's been going on in the news these days incredibly boring, not to mention a cheap distraction from what's really going on. And that, of course, is focusing on the skirmish or impression of a war in Iran, which, by the way, we're kicking some serious ass in spite of what the lamestream media tells you. This has been the Robazoid saying, hope that you have enjoyed this little video. If you did, you guys know what to do. Smash the like button. Subscribe to this damn channel, will ya? Because it's a new channel that I created for YouTube. It's fledgling. It's small. Of course, everyone else has bigger numbers than I do. I'm just getting started all over again. I'm just starting over from scratch at the age of 50. I mean, of course, I still have a huge following over on Rumble, and they treat me better than, well, ScrewTube clearly ever would. So, hey, if you like what you saw and you saw what you like, and if you want to be polite about it and not a total snob, hey, tune your YouTube dial to Rob. Be here or be absolutely nowhere else.